Everybody sing that shit.
Alright guys, it's your boy Newteddyera, and today I'm coming at you with a real quick deck profile of a deck that I've been going back and forth with. Pure Zoo right now after this hit. I just don't like the builds that are coming up with, that I'm coming out with. You know, of course, with the Scorpio stuff, you know, that's one of the main things that people are using to make, you know, to do the Brilliant Fusion stuff. I really don't like that type of build because I hate playing Brilliant Fusion. I always draw the Garnet, so for me, it's really not as good. So I'm sticking with this deck right now, Metalfoes Zoo. I'm really liking the build. In the testing that I had this weekend, it was really good. I only dropped one game, and I think it was to who was it to? Oh, to Chris with his spirals. He was just destroying everything that I had, and it has so much advantage, that deck, with searching 4 or 5 times a turn. So with that being said, let's just get right into the deck profile. I had you guys waiting long enough. So we played 2 Bismugear. You don't want to play 3 now because you only really get this card off once. So you don't want to top deck this card because you can't pendulum it. All you can do is normal it, and it's 0/0, so it's really not as good as it used to be. So really is just a name. So I play that at 2. 3 stealing, of course, is needed. 3 silver. 3 gold driver, all the standard stuff. Everybody knows this. 3 Volflame. Okay. Now more than ever for me, silver is really relevant because it's a 3, so you get the plays off that you can make Invoker from it. So, all right. So now we play 1 Dragoons of Dragonia. I play this because, again, it's a searchable scale, and it does a lot for you because of Broad Bull. You can search this card out, and it does a lot of damage because most of the times I just exceed with it, but also as a side out card. So you don't lose games for you not getting the correct scales. 2 Ariadne. Ariadne is really good because with Metalfoes, a lot of people don't realize you lose to not having real back rows. So being able to search strikes or warning, you know, it really helps the deck. So I played 2 Ariadnes. 3 Archfiend Eccentric. I don't know why this card is still at 3. It just applies so much pressure to my opponent. Now the Zoo, 2 Whiptail and 2 Rat. A lot of people's like, oh, you know, a lot of my friends say, oh, just play 1 Whip. I understand, but doing a late game Trident is really good. So having another Whiptail lingering, or even if your Trident survives, you could bump it up and apply more pressure to your opponent. 1 Tour Guide and 1 Archfiend Harris. Now this card, I seen Leon. He's also a guy at my locals. He topped plenty of times. He started playing this card, and I looked over this card. This card is really good. Bringing it out with Tour Guide, then being able to pop this with your scale is a free pop and is a free add to get your eccentric. So with combination also set with the eccentric that you're adding back, it adds to your combo. And if you need be, you could just overlay these 2 and make an Invoker to make your plays better. 3 Baboon. This is the best card in the deck. This fixes your hands and it helps you get over Trident, because there was plenty of times that I just summoned Trident. Summon Baboon, activate effect. If they had a Ghost Ogre or if they had anything like that, they'll activate it because they don't want me to plus. So if they don't, sorry about the card. If they don't, I draw 1, fix my hand, and then swing. If they kill it or they force out the Trident, I get to search out 2 more, and then I do my Zoo plays. So that's really good. and 1 maxi. Those are the monsters. Now onto the spells. Is really small lineup for spells, but only 2 cards out of this are not searchable, which are the Regeki and Painful Decision, of course. So gotta run those 4. I feel board wipes are really good right now, especially with Masterpiece and things like that. Onto the traps. 2 combo and 1 combination. I run 2 counter, sorry. 1 combination. I run the 2 counter because counter doesn't let you get OTK'd and you don't lose with that. So board wipes, things like that, you know, it helps you. And then the Solemn Brigade, 3 strikes and 1 warning. And the deck is 41. The 41st card is the second Whiptail for me. Everybody can have their own preference. So, alright. I play 1 Alkahest. Now, the reason I play the Alkahest is because it's good. Like when they have Retaliating Sea, things like that. So, you use that to make it. It lets you get over a lot of problematic stuff. Orichalc. 2 Mithrilium. It was 3, but I took out the 3rd for Alkahest. For Adamante, sorry. And then 1 Alkahest. Those are all the Metalfoes fusions. The rank 3s are Invoker and Breaksword. Breaksword is really good. Popping your combo or popping another card and chaining your counter. It has a lot of flexibility in this deck. So these are great to run. 1 and 1. Now to the zoo. Board Bow. Tiger Mortar. Broad Bull. And 2 Tridents. Very standard. Everybody knows that lineup. I did want to play Leica, but it's really hard to find a room, so I just played the standard ones. Because you're really not focused on doing that, but you just want to play Trident because it's one of the greatest cards ever made. 1 Tornado Dragon, because as you've seen in the main deck, there is no back row, destruction. And then 1 Emerald to recycle everything. Now, we're just going to real quick go to the side deck. This is like a standard side deck for everybody. It's really cheap. It's not really anything crazy except barriers, but barriers like $30. So, 2 Ghost Ogre. 4 Kaijus. 2 Slumbers. This is all like for Masterpiece. It's just to get over Masterpiece. Masterpiece is the biggest problem right now. Twin Twister for Pelios, Dark Hole, of course, another board wipe, Imperial Order, and 3 barriers. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the deck. I'm really loving this deck, and I feel like this is what I'm going to be playing for the next up-and-coming format. Because, of course, Norden is hurt. Norden is banned. So, with that being said, if you guys want to try this deck out, let me know if it brought you any success. And remember, we're Team Hit'em, and history is what we're making. Peace.